Hey everyone, this is Cliff with Hamilton Transportation. Today we're hauling a massive Volvo rock truck. Hey everyone, Cliff with Hamilton Transportation here. Today we are headed down to the Keene Yard in Shippensburg, and I'm picking up probably the biggest thing I've ever hauled. We're hauling a Volvo A40G rock truck today, haul truck. This thing's 12.2 high, 11.8 wide. Needs outriggers on the trailer and weighs about 70,000 pounds. So it's not going far. It's about a 140-mile run. It's going from Shippensburg over to Exton, PA. But it should be interesting because we have a couple interesting, the routing on this through Harrisburg on Cameron Street, Exton, and then when we get down around, east of Lancaster, we're taking 896 to 741 to 41. And then back up to 30 over there. So it should be a fun ride. So we booked this late on Friday, and they didn't have an appointment down here yet. So I didn't leave the house this morning. I figured we're gonna wait and see what our appointment is. So they called at 7:30 this morning and told us that our appointment is 8 o'clock. We're about half an hour from Shippensburg, and I have to go over to the truck, pre-trip, get it fired up and all that. So I made pretty good time. It's about 20 after 8 now. We're just about down here to Shippensburg, to the Keene Yard. So they hemmed and hawed about the rate on this one. We came in, called on it and said our day rates, they had like $1,000 on this big oversized. So we came in and we said our day rate for a load like this is $1,500. And they didn't want to hear that, they didn't want to pay that. So then they were trying to sell us on loads out to Ohio that weren't paying anything. And we said we're not interested in that, but if you guys want to move it, we can do it, $1,500. So then at the very end of the day, I think it was 4:30 or 4:05, they came back and said, okay, we'll do it for $1,500 and gave it to us. So here it is Monday morning, and we are just arriving down here at the Keene Yard to get this big rock truck loaded up, take it over to Exton. It doesn't look like they're busy, so it shouldn't make much of a difference. Alright, we've arrived here. I'm gonna go get checked in, and then we can get this thing loaded up. see about getting this big old thing on here. Alright guys, we got this big rock truck loaded. Now we just got to get some chains on it. I'll give you guys a long shot of it so you can see how big this thing is. There you go. So that takes up just about the whole trailer. But now I got to get some chains on it. I have to figure out this back section because it is real close back here. So I think I'm going to try to go from there up to that one. It's going to have to be good. And then I'll put other chains on the truck, so we should be good there. Alright, I think that's gonna have to do. Let's try to do the same thing on the other side.
All right, so there's 2. I think I'm gonna run 8 on this. So we got 2 there, so that's 4. We got our chain down. We have 8 chains on it, 4 pulling back, 4 pulling front. So now I got to get the rest of my crap cleaned up, get those boards put back in, and then get my banners on. I don't think I need the exhaust cover. I can put it on. That's not a problem. Now flags and banners. So this one should be pretty easy. And just stick flags. Maybe onto there. I'll stick one on there. And we'll do the same on the other side. So now we just need banners. Alright guys, we have this big Volvo rock truck all loaded up and ready to go. So let's go get it washed, and then we'll hit the road and get this thing delivered. Alright guys, we are hitting the road here.
There may be one snag. Our permit tells us that we have to forward a copy of the permit to Harrisburg City Police at least 24 hours before we move within city limits. So I'm hoping we're going to call them. I'm hoping that that's not the case and we can just roll through today. I think it'll be all right, but we shall see. So anyway, Jen is calling them now, and then hopefully they give us the go-ahead and we will just roll through here, because we're only like 126 miles for the whole run here. Heavy. Definitely the heaviest thing I've ever, and the biggest. Speed here, so you guys enjoy the view and we'll just keep on riding. Right, guys, we are starting our journey through Harrisburg. Of course, we've got this guy. So, ready? Back up. Come on, man. Back the fuck up. Understand that I don't have a choice about how long my trailer is. I may have to move. Taking 83 down through Harrisburg. I thought that would be the route they would give us, but instead they have us taking Cameron Street all the way down to Paxton, and then on to Paxton over to 19th, and then 19th Street comes back up to 83. So that'll make it a bit more interesting. Wide down through here. People are just going to have to be patient with me because I got to take the space I need. We'll all get down through here. I think I might switch over into that left lane. Little more room on this side. So the permit said once we get on 83, we need to be in the left lane because of our height. So, but it wasn't real specific on what part of 83 is height restricted there. So I don't know if it's the part we're going to be on, or if it was a bridge before the exit we're getting on. Okay, so this is 19th. So we have to make a left here. Get on 83. Almost through. Getting close. I know they're doing construction up here. So, but I also know that the bridge that is low, I've been through there before. Bridge that is low, I think is marked, you know, what height it is. So hopefully that won't be a problem. Hopefully we can get across this intersection. We'll go when it's red if we have to. Because I know that nobody's going to let me across. Why would they do that? I'll have to go up, pull up as far forward as we can before we make this turn. To get as much swing room as we can get going left here. Alright, so this is our opportunity. Curve it here. Backed up a little bit, so that's good. You know, I gotta make sure I don't hit those signs over there. Alright. Through. Now we need South 83 or North 83 this way. Just gonna take it slow through here. Because it would be very easy to put a sign or something as we go through. Particularly when I do that. Cleared all that. Yeah, I think the bridge is behind us, but we will try to get out left lane anyway, just because they gave us that restriction. Now, this is going to be fun. Come on, get over, people. Nope, they're not going to do it. We're going to have to wait till we have an opening. Come on, get over. Because I do not have room here. Hesitant to force my way out because there's a lot of truck traffic coming through here. So we're just going to have to hope for a lull here and kind of go. But I have to be able to get over there pretty good. If these people would move over, get over. There we go. All right. This thing is heavy. It takes it a while to get up to speed. Be able to get in front of the left lane. That's very high. Okay. High level to 283. And then we will be out of Harrisburg. Thank goodness. This is the bridge. Sorry, Jim. So this bridge is 1310, and that is exactly what we are. So they wanted us in the left lane. Cross your fingers. Hey, we did. These people won't understand why a truck is doing that. But it's for the bridge. Like, if they would just give people a little space. It's in such a hurry all the time. You don't want to give anybody a little time to do what they're doing. And I know it's because they don't know why, but still. Make our jobs a lot easier, I'll tell you that. On top of worrying about hitting the bridge, you got to worry about what people are doing behind you. And when you have a wide load like this, you can't even see what's behind you. So little cars flying all over the place. It gets kind of ridiculous. I think that was the worst of it, coming through Harrisburg. We made it through there. So now we're back on the highway for a while. So we'll get some of these miles done and get further down towards our delivery.
Hey guys, well, we got through Harrisburg. I figured before we get too much further down the road, well, I'll give you guys a little walk around, a little tour of this thing. As good as I can beside the highway here. This is what we got. It is a Volvo A40G. It's called a haul truck or a rock truck. So I don't know what the gross weight on this thing is. A lot, I'm sure. But empty, this thing weighs about 70,000 pounds. Yeah, it weighs about 70,000 pounds. We're at about 11.8 wide. We are 13.10 tall. So our gross on this is about 116,000 pounds. So I'll give you guys a little look up inside the cab. See what it looks like driving one of these. Oh. So there you go. Got a little screen, speakers. It's got a jump seat back there. Place to put stuff. Automatic transmission. There's your dump bed controls, parking brake, axle locker. So there you go. Pretty comfortable place to work, I would say. Pretty nice. All right, well, there's your little tour, and now we'll get back on the road and get this thing down, get it delivered. Alright guys, we got here. Let's see about getting this thing unchained and unloaded. You can just drop it, that's fine. Thank you. Oh, they shut the... Yeah.
All right, thanks, brother.
Yep. Hey, let me get your lock. Your lock down here. There we go. All right, you're good. Cool piece. All right, thank you.
Thanks, man.
that one is all delivered. So I do want to say thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you soon.